Good morning, everyone. Welcome to HarvardXR. Thank you guys so much for coming on the Saturday, almost like 9 a.m., especially given that this week there's a lot of things happening, like the Boston Marathon, Easter, and everything. So really appreciate everyone coming here to join us to discuss, HarvardXR and the augmented self. So before we kick off the event, I actually wanted to bring everyone to where we were started. So Yuan, Nix, me, and Jiajian started HarvardXR 3 years ago when we were students at the graduate school design. So everyone here, this is a graduate school design. Also, we call it GSD. We founded 3 years ago, and can't believe this is actually our third year doing it. And it's very exciting that we're finally able to host this event at the GSD. And like the goal for us is really very simple. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of like curriculum classes actually focus on specific XR. So our goal is to really create this event that we bring industry expertise, and students just come and exchange and learn things from each other. And this is actually our third year doing it, and very excited to see so many new faces and also returning faces here. So for this year specifically, we prepped really a packed agenda. So there are 12 topics ranging from industry, creative tech, discussion, and also workshops, because one of the feedback that we hear from people is like they actually want to learn some hands-on of how do you create some things, which we are actually very excited to bring it this year. And additionally, we have curated amazing 30 speakers across all over the world. Especially yesterday, some of the speakers were in the campus tour, and they're coming all the way from Switzerland, France, and also Korea. So really fortunate that we have bring everyone single coming here at Harvard today. And specifically, our team, as you can see in the intro promo video, we created 4 different XR characters. That's the envisioner, builder, creator, and seeker. At the check-in table, you can actually find whichever character you resonate the most, and then you can use your phone to scan that QR code, and you'll see an augmented reality character popping up. And then if it doesn't work, and then you can also have an iPad where you can also check it out. And then let's talk about some housekeeping. So this event, as I mentioned, is happening at the GSD. We have the whole first floor, and where we are right now, it's at the lecture room 105 Piper. And then there's a restroom next to it. And then there is also like additional bathroom down below if you go downstairs. And then there is 2 consecutive room, like lecture room 2, 3. And then there's also, if you haven't got your breakfast or coffee, that's happening at the child house. It's like right next to the room 3. And then also, if you go all the way down to the gallery, I do want to point out there is actually demo sessions happening. We have collaborated with MIT Rally Hack and also Founders Lab to showcase some of the student projects, which you also actually hear them here during lunch break. And then there's also additional projects that's happening at the overflow room and also along the gallery. So as I mentioned here, this is where we are at the Piper. That's kind of the layout. And then the lecture room 2, it's more like a classroom style. That's actually where the workshop will happen. So there's also like plug, so you can put down your laptop and then follow along the workshop. And then the lecture room 3, that's where additional like panels and discussions and talks will happen. And that's lecture 3. And then this event would not be possible without our sponsors. So really appreciate especially Meta for being the platform, and also Pico, Samsung, AMXR, Interactive Tactical Group, Mashi, Artifo, and Petroco Games. So if you want to meet any of the sponsors, they are all in the sponsor booths in the demo room. And also there is actually prizes and like goodies if you wanted to check it out. So be sure to check it out. So now let me turn it to Tamir to talk about
input touching a bit. Oh my God, this is exciting. How is everybody doing today? Woohoo! Excited for a day of innovation. Well, my name is Dilmer, and I'm a developer advocate for mixed reality at Meta. And today we got a lot going on at the workshop, so I want to invite you guys to check out our session. So the workshop that we're going to be running today at 2:40, it's going to be about Meta Horizon and also about MR, the MR tools that we have for actually using Unity and also using Unreal. So if you look at the Meta Horizon worlds, these are going to be some of the things that we're covering, specifically with Gen AI, which was recently released. So if you guys are interested in doing experiences with Horizon worlds by using the editor, which runs through MetaLink, then that's going to be a good opportunity for you guys to learn that. We also have, I'm going to be running a 30-minute workshop where you're going to be able to build an experience from the ground up. And then by the end of the workshop, you're going to be able to actually see it on what we call the HarvardXR simulator. So it will be 30 minutes each for both of those sections. And then for the requirements, if you're going to be doing the MR part, just make sure that you are prepared with Unity 6. Also, you're going to need the modules for Android and the NDKs. That way you can deploy to an actual device. And then the package that we're going to be using is going to be the HarvardXR all-in-one SDK, which includes pass-through. It includes the controller tracking, custom poses for hands, and so on. And then also make sure that if you are a Mac user, we also have the simulator now working for Mac, which is actually a big deal, right? Because a lot of us that want to use a Mac now, we can actually test it on the actual Mac without deploying to a device. So make sure you take a screenshot of that and then look at the development instructions. So that's it for now. Thank you.
I'll just have this slide up. If you want to take a picture, we also have this instruction outside in the room, 111 lecture room 2. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So next, really wanted to special thanks to our partners for helping us to curate a really amazing projects, which you're going to see it, and also to promote this event across different channels and the student groups. So this is our agenda. As you can see, we have a very, very packed agenda. So right now, for the keynote and also the opening is going to happen in here, same as closing note, also going to happen here. Right after that, we're going to distribute people across 3 different tracks, and depending on your interests, you can pick whichever topic you're interested. And then after that, that will be a lunch break. And then during the lunch break, there's actually also programming happening. So the showcase is actually going to happen here. So if you wanted to see student projects or some of the startup pitch, you can come here to listen. And after that, there will be 3 tracks happening, and then a short break, another 3 tracks. And then we also make sure that you recharge a little bit. We're going to provide some coffee. So during the coffee break, that's where you can relax and then potentially network with some of the audience. And then after that, there will be another final talk. And then after this, the closing note. And one of the feedback that we hear from people is that they actually feel that there's a very packed agenda. They don't have time to actually talk to other audience. So for this year, we introduced this networking event, essentially happening in 6 to 7, which is going to happen in the portico. That is where the demo booth will be. So we just it's a good time for you just to recharge and also relax after we finish this whole day program, and to meet also other fellow attendees. And then do wanted to point out that while all these talks are happening, if at any point you wanted just to rest a little bit, you can go to the demo booth, or where you can meet some of the student projects and also the sponsors. So next one is specifically for the showcase. So this year, we are very fortunate to have great partners. So for the first sections is the Ideathon. So in partnership with XR Bootcamp and also Meta. So this is actually event happened right before HarvardXR. It's like a hackathon, and then you're actually going to see some of the winner project here. And then after that, we collaborate with MIT Rally Hack and also Funders Lab to bring some of the startup track pitch. And then finally is some of the creative projects. They may not be so like business ready, but they really try to explore the potential of experiential technology. So last but not least, I wanted to make sure that that everyone coming here, you bring such a diverse background, and we're very fortunate that we have about 70% students coming across all different schools. First is definitely Harvard, and then a lot of them are coming from the graduate school design, but as you can see, there are also other schools that's coming from Harvard. And then next is Ruzi. Really appreciate you guys coming all the way from Rhode Island. And then also Babson College is also a great partner with us. They also bring a lot of students here. And then also some of the other like local schools like MIT, Northwestern, like UPenn, Boston University, NYU, Columbia, etc. So definitely making sure you take advantage of HarvardXR and meet as many people as you want. And then maybe you can use the persona as a starter. What is your preferred persona? And then you can like exchange. And then specifically for professionals, we actually see an increase of professional coming to Harvard this year. Last year was around like 20%. Now this year is actually 30%. It's definitely getting more traction. So really appreciate that. And as you can see, we have kind of like I would say even split, a lot of them coming from design, but also technology, software, gaming, nonprofit, and education. So last but not least, I really wanted to say a great job to all our volunteers for all your hard work for the past 6 months. We have curated this one-day agenda for everyone, but this is like a lot of it takes a village to really bring all this together. And there's also on-site volunteers. And so how you can identify if they're a volunteer is just to look at this black shirt or anyone who has with a white shirt. Thank you. So last but not least, welcome to HarvardXR. And I do see some people if you guys want to just come in, kind of just to take the seat. Yeah, feel free just to come in and take the seat.